Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about translation. You can do that with your own custom script or a generated script. To make things easier, I am going to generate a script. You see that I had like a random kind of line here. It's being generated in English. Now I'm going to translate this. I'm going to say modify script, and I'll say translate to Spanish, and I'll press go, and you will see that the script is now being translated to Spanish. I can translate this again and say translate to Dutch. So now we've gone from English to Spanish to Dutch. So let me see if that still makes sense. But this is what the AI does here. Yeah, that works pretty well. So the other thing you need to know is that you need to have a voice that supports different languages. So we support 3 language AIs. One is called 11 Labs, that gives you the best intonation. One is called OpenAI, and one is called Google. So here you can pick and you can see whatever voices there are. You can also put your own keys in. That way you can just only kind of make voices that are in the language that you need it. Particularly 11 Labs is good with that. OpenAI has a bunch of default voices. They are generally kind of geared to work with most languages. I don't know if they support Dutch. We also have Google. Google has 2 different kinds of voices. It has the normal voices, and it has at the bottom it has the neural voices. So the neural voices are like the latest technology from Google, and they are they sound better. But if you want to have a robotic voice, which sometimes for certain character works quite well, you can take some of the older Google voices. But here you need to, for example, find what whether I want a Dutch male or a Dutch female. So that's how this works. So with the right voice selected and the translated script, I'm going to try now actually if OpenAI supports Dutch. I don't know that, I've never tried it. But these are basically the things that you want to play around with. So script, modify script, you can translate. Then in your actor tab, you go to your, this is the default that you get, and you go have your avatar selected, and you go and take a voice API. So I'm going to try Onyx from OpenAI with high quality. Let's see how that works. I go back to my script and I press create.
Weet je wat het grappigste is aan werken in de detailhandel? Ze marring embrace denken dat ze met alles weten. Een keer probeerde een man me te overtuigen dat ik een linkshandige schroevendraaier nodig had. Ik ben geen monteur, kom op!
Yeah, this sounds actually
die proberen artikelen
a bit of an accent, but this sounds good. This sounds good. The thing that you notice though is that the OpenAI voices, they're more made for narrative, like ebooks and stuff like that, so they don't have much emotion in there. I'm going to change the voice now to 11 Labs, and I'm going to take one of their default voices. I'm going to make sure I have this set to multilingual. and I'm going to basically try this again. I have my script and everything. You just press create again, and let's see how this one works. You'll see, regardless of whether it will have an accent or not, you'll see that it has much more emotion, which is amazing actually.
Weet je wat het graphicste is at working in the detail handle? Klanten die denken dat ze alles weten zijn. Eén keer per...
No, that did not work. That has a very heavy accent. And that was a female voice as well. Let me try... let's try another male here, see if that works. This does not necessarily mean that 11 Labs is not doing a good job. I just might not have the right kind of trained voice for this. So if you have somebody with a Dutch kind of tongue that is synthesized, that will work. So you can do that yourself. Let me see.
Weet je wat het grappigste is aan worken in de detail? Klanten die denken dat ze alles weten zijn. Eén keer proberen in mijn meeting.
No, that one doesn't work either. But so we don't, these are APIs, so we don't develop this. We have just implemented in a very very nice way. So I'm going to take, in this case, Dutch. So there is a Google. So whenever this is being updated or improved, we will kind of apply that, and you will keep growing quality with whatever these third parties are doing. Let me see. US. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take this Dutch male one. So this is an older version of Google Voices, but let's see what it does.
Weet je wat het grappigste is aan werken in de detailhandel? Klanten die denken dat ze allesweters zijn. Een keer probeerde een man me te overtuigen dat ik een linkshandige schroevendraaier nodig had.
So yeah, that sounds, even though slightly robotic, but it sounds good. So yeah, you just want to try that with whatever language you need. So yeah, that's a quick tutorial on how to do translation. So we looked at translation, modify. Modify, it translates. You wait till it's translated. Once it's done, you change the voice model. I know OpenAI is very good at Chinese, so I'm going to take this one and then back to my script and say create. And obviously this also works when you have two characters in your scene. I've just been using this default character.
你知道零售行业最有趣的是什么吗？那些认为自己是万事通的顾客，有一次
So yeah, that sounds like a female voice. But yeah, that's how this works.